Okay, so let's take a look at this ultimate Django Reinhardt diminished run. And it's got to be the longest diminished sort of riff that I think I've ever seen. If you can think of one that's, you know, longer, let me know. But this is a pretty wild one. And this is on the song Dark Eyes, which is in the key of D minor. And let's go over the chords. So Dark Eyes starts on the 5 chord, A7, 2 bars. Then the 1 chord, D minor for 2 bars. Back to the 5 chord. Now we're going to go to the 1 chord dominant 7. We're going to play D9 and then a D7 flat 9. And then we end on the 4 chord G minor 7. That's how long the riff is. It ends on, you know, once we hit the 4 chord. So it's 1, 2 bars, another 2 bars, that's 4, another 2 bars, that's 6, another 2 bars, that's 8, then we end there. So this is a 8-bar riff, I believe. 1, 2, yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, done. So that's a long, you know, a long arpeggio, diminished arpeggio riff. So we're going to use 3 different diminished arpeggios. We're going to use on the A7, we're going to use a B flat diminished. And to me, I think of that as an A7 flat 9. Then on the D minor, we're going to use an F diminished arpeggio. And this is a little unusual that on a minor chord to use a diminished arpeggio. The notes that it yields are the root, the flat 3rd, the natural 6th. When we invert it, we get the 3rd, the flat 5, and the root. When we invert it again, we get the flat 5, the natural 6th, and the 3rd. So it's sort of like a Dorian flat 5 minor sound, but it's it's a diminished sound over a minor chord. Then when we finally get to the D9 and the D flat 9, we're going to play an E flat diminished, which again I think of as a D7 flat 9. So those are the 3 diminished chords we're going to use. And I guess the next thing you need is this picking pattern, which is a little unusual, where you start by picking up on the 1st string, and then picking down on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings. Up, down, down, down. And it takes a little while to get used to that. As a matter of fact, it would probably be great if you just started by just practicing up, down, up. Right? So up, up, up. And all your down strokes are what they call a rest stroke, where you pick, you lay on the next string, you lay on the next string. So it gives you a certain feeling when you play. See that I'm not going like this, I'm literally just going like that and then down. Okay, so the A. Now the D. Now we're going to go back to the A, but we're going to start here. That's the 9th fret. And now we're going to do finally the D7 flat 9. And that's it. So A7, D minor, A7, D9, flat 9. And that's it. So It's a little convoluted, and you just need to practice it. And what I did on this video was I started with the metronome at 60. And I went all the way up. What did I do? 60, 72, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. So that's actually a great way to practice, is to start slow and then slowly build up. And so I think that by practicing that way, you really internalize what you're doing, as opposed to flubbing it. You're starting with doing it perfectly. And then you build, slowly build up the speed. And I have to say, it was kind of challenging for me to do this, because I actually had a harder time playing it slower than playing it faster, because I'm so used to playing this picking pattern fast that to slow it down was a challenge for me. But I enjoyed it. It was good practice. So hopefully you'll be able to incorporate this into your playing. This is a lot, and so there's a lot of info there. And you could take that, internalize it, and then bring it to your own thing. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. And until next time, peace.